broke his ankles. Now he's got an entourage, and he's got a touchdown.
Impossible dream of a play. Madden is on the field. He wants to know if it's real. They said yes. Get your big butt out of here.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game.
There, he's got it. End zone. Touchdown, Titans. There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle.
Yo, it's a miracle, man. It's a miracle. We on the show today.
It's a miracle. Yeah, it's
a miracle, bro.
We're waiting for a certain viewer to pop on to see what he has to say.
Nah, man. Nah, we apologize. Well, I apologize for the late show. I was comatose.
Out like a light.
Yeah, I was done, man. Like, I took a little, what do you say, pregame nap.
Cat nap.
I was like, bro, I went to bed.
Hibernation.
Yeah, I went to bed, bro. But nah, man, it's Sunday. You know what it is. Football frame of mind, man. We've been consistent every week for the last
If we've been talking about doing it on Sundays, we've been doing Sundays probably since like April of last year. Before that, it was kind of just when we were free and available. We've been in this time slot for like 6-7 months, something like that. Before that, we were going live at 8. Well, we're live now at 8, but before it was 7 Central Time, of course.
Yeah. So, but no, we've been good, man. 33,000 subscribers, man.
Oh, we about to hit. Hold on, let me find the actual day because I'm about to find out. We make 2 years on the 22nd, so a little bit short of less than a month. Let's try to really finish this second year window out really good, man. Let's try to really hit 35,000.
What's good, Terrence? What's good? I see you too, man. I see you. Hope you doing all right, man. And shout out to sending prayers and blessings out to everybody in St. Louis, man, because they got hit with a tornado. So I gotta say that, man. You know, they still getting their stuff in order, but shout out to everybody there, man. So,
but as we close in on the 2 year window, let's try to make a big push. Let's try to push for 40,000. I know that seems crazy, but let's try to shoot for 40,000 subs by the end of June, by the 22nd.
40,000 subs. All right, no, that's doable. That's doable.
So we need 7,000, but we can't get there without all of you guys. So if you see that at the bottom, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. It's free. It won't hurt you at all. When you subscribe, hit that little bell notification. So every time we have a video like this, any streams, shorts, all that, you will never miss a beat. Don't be surprised. There's always stuff coming out on the daily. Check out the game streams on Twitch. We have things on X, TikTok, as well as if you want to listen to us on the go, we're going on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon as well. So definitely plenty of avenues. Yes.
Of course, man. Of course. Can't forget hometown. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, gotta put them blessings out there because that shit was wild. That was wild. I was like, yo, really? I didn't think it was possible for like a tornado to hit like where I'm from because it's like our landscape is not flat. So when I'm thinking about like a tornado, I'm thinking like it's gotta be somewhere, no disrespect to like Kansas or like Iowa or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere flat farmland, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's because I watched that movie Twister so much. And that's where all the damn tornadoes was. But nonetheless, that shit was wild. So, but nonetheless, let me put this thing on so we get this show.
Shout out to Andrew for the like on the video, by the way.
Hell yeah, man. If y'all see a fly in here, man, and I pause the show, that means I'm killing it.
You said pause. You mean he just gets up and walks away and you hear a smack?
I'll be like, ha!
Like Dave Chappelle, gotcha, bitch.
Done, man. Done. I swear, man. Like it just pissed me off, dog. Because I'll just be in here, and it's like, yo, that's what we doing.
Better
Like,
you than me. That was me a couple weeks ago, and my space is a lot smaller than yours.
man, I hate it. I'm like, dude, this cannot be real.
This
But
can't be life.
this can't be life, man. But we're gonna start off the show with our usual stuff, man. So y'all doing y'all best, man. Like I said, pause because I got it. I got it. I got it.
But shout out to you guys. Last week this number was a lot different. I think last week we were not subscribed about 90 or so%. So you guys are starting to flip the trend. Let's try to get this even lower. It's completely free to subscribe. It doesn't hurt you at all. If anything, it makes it easier to watch this content, especially if you forget about it. You're like, oh man, I want to watch it live. Then guess what? Boom. Like with that bell notification, you subscribe. You got all the access to all the content. We have a very deep library of game streams, weekly shows, shorts, everything. So it doesn't hurt to subscribe. Check us out, man. Like the water's fine. The water's fine. Really big thing. You Dragonfly Jones.
Yeah. Yeah. Bruce Leroy. I got the glow.
But definitely, you guys are trending in the right direction. So let's just keep trying to go that way. Like I said, it's completely free. It doesn't hurt, and it makes it easier for you to get all this awesome content we make. So
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. But I do like that number at the bottom. Subscribe number last 7 days is going up. So we appreciate it. We do. That is awesome. So y'all keep on keeping on, as they say. We appreciate it, man. But let's get into our college football stuff. You know what it is. Off season, you gotta read that book, man. Come on, read that book. We just read news clippers. So Brandon had Brandon had his LSU Tigers segment basically last week, right?
apparently we're having another one.
Oh, word?
Look,
What do you mean?
read the screen.
Oh shit, my bad. My bad.
Oh, that was funny.
I'm sorry, man. Sometimes you don't proofread stuff, man. It just be going real fast. You forget.
Oops.
You know? But that's all right. That's all right. Y'all get the gist though. So definitely not LSU chances, man. Definitely not LSU chances, but it's definitely Alabama's chances for the college football playoff. So forgive me for that. All right.
What you thinking?
So last season I was speaking like crazy talk.
Yeah, you was definitely Mr. Crazy Zone.
And I was, but to forgive me, I wasn't off at the beginning of the season. Like I wasn't. And look, even you being on the other side, you could have said the same thing. You would have been like, yo, what Bama on, man? The way the Georgia game started out, right? You would have been like, all right, well, maybe they got something, right? And it turned out the second half was what our season was gonna look like. Blown leads, all kind of stuff, man. And it just wasn't good. Like last season was like honestly what you can expect from taking over from a legendary coach, right? Like it's like you couldn't really expect nothing else from that, man. But I was just looking at our team, right, coming into this season, and I'm thinking, all right, well, we got a lot of dudes that want to be there, right? You get a whole lot of guys that want to be there, and that's a good start, because I feel like a lot of players last season had their foot in the door and foot out the door, right? You can tell by how many people transferred before the season even started, Oh, I'm not doing this. I came to play for Coach Saban. Like, Alabama is just Nick Saban. Like it's not. It's like one of the greatest football institutions in the history of the sport. Like it was good before Saban got there. You know, it was good before Bear Bryant got there too. There's a lot of championships in the 20s too. So like it's not all about that. But in this world where this college football universe where everything is fast food, you know. I want it now. I want to start. I want to play, right? And then that's why you get a lot of underdeveloped players going to the NFL, right? But chances to make the playoffs, I'd say cautiously optimistic. Like that's where I'm headed about Alabama, man. I'm cautiously optimistic because I feel like nobody really knows what kind of team this is gonna be. Right? It felt like last season you kind of knew, all right, Jalen Milroe, we can force him into some shit, some mistakes, right? And you know, it's up to us as the opposing team to take advantage of those mistakes, right? So Tennessee did really good at that, right? Vanderbilt played keep away, so when you did make a mistake, it was too damn late, you know, right? You fumble the ball, and there you go. You know, that's the mistake you made, which basically gave them that much room to win that game, right? Aside from, you know, flipping time of possession so damn wide like it was. But you knew that. So going into this season with Ty Simpson kind of being the favorite to win that job in fall camp, you know, I'd like to say that it'll be a different look, but you just don't know. You just don't know, right? And defensively, I would love to say that we're gonna be better, but we were better at defense as the year went on. Like it wasn't crazy. It was just offense was the issue, especially at the end of the season, right? So I'm cautiously optimistic, man. If I had to put a percentage on it, I would say I'm 55% sure we can make the playoffs, right? If I'm just saying make it, not first seed, not all of that top seed, just make it into the college football playoff. I'm out 55% sure because I don't know. I don't know what the quarterback situation is really going to look like on a week to week basis, right? But I will say the reason why I say 55 and not like 45 or whatever is because Ty Simpson can throw the football, right? And I say it all the time on this program, man. When you make the throws that count, right? The swing route out the backfield, the running back has to catch the ball and then turn up field. It can't be adjust to the ball and try to make a move because the defense is reacting to where the ball is going. So by the time you make your move to go downfield, you done already got tackled by, you know, a Harold Perkins or somebody really good like that, you know, because they're gonna be reacting to where you going, you know. So that's my whole thing, man. That's my thing. I think 55% they make it, and I'm happy that you know we officially started the Kalen DeBoer era. You know, because I feel like last season was just a clusterfuck. Honestly, I don't think anybody would have survived that season. Like even the best teams. If you took Kalen DeBoer and put him on Ohio State right last season, even with all the NIL shit that they did, I don't know if they win a national title with a new coach right then and there. Because it just feels like that culture, the way college football is going. Now, when we were growing up, you could probably put somebody new and they would just win a national title, right? Because the players couldn't just leave, you know? But if you put somebody new in there, everybody's gonna leave. Everybody's gonna leave. Everybody's like, oh man, fuck this shit. I'll go to LA. I go to UCLA, USC. Hell, I'll go to Louisiana Tech. Shout out Rustin out there. but yeah, so that's what I'm thinking, man. Am I what you thinking? What you thinking? You know you don't follow Bama like that.
No, but I mean, okay, this is my thing. So just from the outside looking in for a second, when you see the brand, you automatically, I think we guess you could say sports fans or enthusiasts can get complacent and they're just gonna make it because it's just what you're accustomed to. They just find a way to do it. They find a way to do it. Last year was exactly what you said, a clusterfuck. This year, I have even more question marks in the sense that this is pretty much like DeBoer's year one, gets to finally do things pretty much his way, has a quarterback that he's going to want, be able to run his offense exactly the way he wants. I just don't know, man. The SEC is getting tough. Like, these teams who are getting good are getting good. And not saying they can't make it because they still pull great athletes day in and day out, year in, year out. But it's just like, man, like, there's a lot of question marks that I just don't feel like we have the answer to. Because, I mean, me personally, I'd go with Simpson. I just think he has the most upside. You have other guys who have a little bit more experience.
Yeah.
But I just feel like regardless, you still kind of are in this gray area of, like, not knowing where you're going to be at offensively. Still have some question marks about defense, but they did improve later in the year because they were horrendous earlier on in the year. So they definitely made a lot of really good strides. So give credit there. You lost some really good players in the draft. Definitely have to be able to replenish at those positions and get better. But my biggest thing is just quarterback is the most important position in football in general, but most of all in the SEC. Like, you have to have that guy, or you have to have a guy who's going to give you a chance to win and make minimal mistakes and be able to get you that edge. So, I mean, me personally, I think it's a 50-50 chance. I think things could either, like, get embraced and they really get hot early and just, like, that chemistry's already there and they get the ground running tires, or it might just take a little while. You might have a little bit of that rust. You might have a little bit of chemistry issues there early on that, they have to get. And that happens sometimes when you have a lot of, like, new coaches or new players and stuff. You have to work out some of those kinks within the first few weeks, and then you can kind of see a final product as you go on. I think Bama has a winning record. I don't know if they make playoffs. I mean, if I had to give my guesstimation, man, anywhere probably between 8 and 10 games. I haven't taken a really good look at their schedule, but just based off of athletes, coaching staff, I think they'll be fine. But it really depends on how the rest of the SEC shakes out. But my opinion, I think it's a 50-50 shot. And if for some crazy reason they don't, I would not have the coach's head on a spike. I mean, this is a whole new regime, a whole new era. Like, this is literally pretty much his year one. You had a lot of Sabans leftover. You had a lot of Sabans leftover toys left on the table last year. So now I feel like you have a much cleaner slate, and I feel like you can kind of really establish your culture and kind of just see what happens.
You said I wouldn't have his coach on the state. I wouldn't have a coach on the state. Do you not know how volatile the Alabama fan community
I do.
is?
I know. I agree, but I'm just saying, me personally, because I mean, this is literally pretty much his year one.
Yeah.
He had a whole bunch of leftover goods from before. If they missed the playoffs, dude, and they fire him, that's a mistake. That's dumb.
No, I don't think they would. But I tell you what, the fan base would definitely be trying to.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh my god,
but that's any big time program.
God damn,
that's
man.
used to success. Like in the SEC, like Alabama's its own brand, but certain schools in that region, like, you can't afford to do that because they will turn on you that quick and they will try to get you out of town. But man, I personally, this is literally for me, this is literally his first year because I feel like he was pretty much playing in the dark with no flashlight, just trying to get through the season. Now it's like you can really
playing in the dark with no flashlight is crazy work. Who would do that?
But now Jalen being gone, and now you kind of can do what you want to do and not have to cater to that playing style. I think it could be a real good thing because a lot of people don't know what to expect. And we know DeBoer can run crazy good offenses. So, I mean, if he can put something crazy together, especially early on, they might come out and scare some people and surprise them. So, I'd say it's 50-50. They're definitely going to have a winning record. I think anywhere between 8 and 10 wins is more than realistic.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think it'll be more so closer to 10. then I think the 8 range, because I mean last season was so bad, especially how we ended it, the bowl
Mhm.
game and shit. Like I think a lot of those players is probably like, hey man, nah, we ain't doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing this shit again. Like, yo, look, we gotta do better. And I think a lot of players feel that way. Like, we ain't finna do that shit again. You know what I'm saying? We gotta scratch and claw to get in the playoff. And then what's crazy is we had, I want to say, 3 losses. I want to say 3 losses in the regular season. And we still had a chance to make the playoffs. That's
Yeah,
the crazy
mostly
part about it.
between it was between them, SC, and like Ole Miss were like the 3 names in question.
Yeah, like, yo, we still had a chance to make the playoffs. So imagine if we just get adequate quarterback play.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now he can run the offense the way he wants to.
Yeah.
Especially if you get a guy like Todd Simpson, he doesn't have any prior, like he hasn't been the starter yet. So you can let him play your offense because you know he can do it. And
Yeah,
there's no
man.
hiccups. There's no hiccups. You don't have to worry about catering to like, oh, we run a lot of quarterback power and all. No, we don't have to do all that. You can run the offense the way you want.
I like
And
the
honestly,
quarterback.
in year one, you can really surprise a lot of teams depending on like how hot they start on offense.
I fucks with quarterback power. That shit was good last season. That shit was money, especially against y'all. That shit was money. like I was like,
I'm optimistic for improvement against mobile quarterbacks because he was
I,
not the only one who let us have it.
I was like,
Marcel Reed was cutting up too. So yeah.
I was like, shit, man, fuck, like let's just stop running passing plays. Let's just do this shit. This shit works. Then go
Just
right
run the
back to
triple
that.
option.
Yeah, like shit, man. Like I would have did that shit from the jump, man. But you know what? I don't think we had the running backs either last season, bro. Like to put a bow on it. I
But
don't
it
think
didn't
we
help. It
yeah,
didn't help.
I don't think we had the right running backs
But it
last
didn't help your pass game when your quarterback's just looking at Ryan Williams the entire time.
season.
I'm just saying
Man,
because it's very predictable, especially for defensive backs. Like whoever's running the
man.
defense is like, okay, well, I don't have to. Like I can run exactly what I want. I already know what's coming. Like if they're in a passing formation, I know exactly where he's going. I'm just gonna hone in on the other areas.
Yeah, man, like that shit was wild though. That Tennessee game, you could see that shit. It was just like, hey, we going Ryan Williams all the time,
Well,
right?
like think about it. When you're watching a quarterback in his progressions, and I'm not trying to get like too off topic, but like when you're watching a quarterback in his progressions, like let's just say like for instance like Drew Brees or anybody like that, when you see him take the snap, they drop back. They're not just honing in on one piece. Their freaking eyes are going like this because they're trying to they're going through their options, but also they're trying to sell the defense on where he thinks the ball's going to go. When your quarterback's just honed in on one area consistently, and they see his body's always it's chess. Like it ain't checkers. Like that's easy for a defense to pick that apart. You know. I mean, like they got 3 quarterbacks, bro, and I think Simpson's the best option for them. The other guys have a little experience, but I mean,
Well, good to see that,
what's up,
Smooth.
dude?
All right. So, like I said, we put a bow on this college football segment with this one. So like, who's gonna replace Jalen? Right? Like, let's get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. Jalen Milrow was like he was good for Alabama in terms of leadership, stabilizing that ship after last season, right? Or the off season before last season, right? Because everybody wanted to go, but Jalen like, come on, man, let's just ride it out, right? And that's respectable, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we all knew that his development as a quarterback coming into last season was going to be the biggest issue. We knew that. Me and you talked about it like ad nauseum. Like if he takes that next step, then Alabama's beating everybody. Because how you stopping a 6'5", 4, 300, not 300, but 250-pound quarterback? How are you stopping that? That runs a 4.3? How are you stopping that, right? But we talked about it and we said you have to take that next step. I was like way optimistic, and I probably shouldn't have been. You was like, Man, yeah, but how much? You know what I'm saying? Because he did make improvements, but then he reverted like back to
I tried telling you. You was like, he's like, yeah, we going to the natty, and I'm like, hey, bro, like it could happen, but like let's pump the brakes a little bit, like.
I was talking mad shit
And
last
then, dude,
season.
like when everything started going down the toilet, he's like, yeah, I don't give. And
I
I'm like,
was
dude,
like, yo, I
dude,
was
I've
like,
never
yo,
seen dude. I've
just
been knowing him. I ain't never seen dude checked out like that. I was so crazy, bro.
I was like, yo, just do what you did in the first half against Georgia. Like, just do that again. Just
Because everybody's seen how Georgia messed up and they fixed it.
man, look, but now, I mean,
I
that's
like
the
Ty
thing.
Simpson though.
Yeah, I like Ty Simpson,
Oh, if y'all
man.
would have got if y'all could have kept
Now,
like if y'all could have got Julian saying that would have been nice too.
yeah, like Julian was 1 foot in, 1 foot out
But
anyway.
man, that would have been nice though.
Yeah, it would have been nice, but at the
I like
same
Ty though.
time,
I like Ty.
yeah, but at the same time, man, he was one of them ones that was probably gonna transfer if he ain't get no playing time anyway. Right? That's how it was gonna be, right? Because you also had Keelan Russell coming in, right?
Dude, forgot
So
about him too.
he wasn't gonna be there. You know, that's why I said he was half foot in, half foot out.
And that's something else to keep your eye on too. Like I feel like they'll probably go Simpson week 1, but this could be another situation where it's like, and I'm not comparing Simpson to Graham Mertz, but this could be a situation like Florida seen last year where it's like you have a freshman coming in with high potential and a really valuable skill set. And it comes down to like, let's see how the quarterback position plays early on, because if we're struggling, but we see we have a high potential on offense, we just need to plug and play another guy. You might entertain putting a true freshman in there if you really like the upside and you're okay with burning, like if you don't want to be able to redshirt him, you know?
You know what? I see this season being a lot like when Mac Jones was quarterback. Like that's
So you
how
pick the national championship.
yeah, that's how I see this season going. You know,
Woo!
not necessarily like national
No,
championship.
but you see it as more like a kind of not like a game manager, but kind of more like, hey, we're just gonna play within ourselves and just like play to what the
Yeah,
defense gives us.
we just make the plays we need to make.
Mm.
Right? Ain't no crazy deep balls or whatever. We just take what's there. You know, like hey, the check down right there. You know, okay, we got a deep shot. Cool, we'll take it, right? Or we're gonna attack the seams, right? Because they can't guard us on the perimeter and shit like that. I feel like that's how it's gonna be, right? Because you gotta think Jalen Hurts was kind of like Jalen Milroe, right? You know, athlete that we trying to turn into a quarterback, right? And Tua was the hot shot 5-star, right? You know, now you see how that national championship worked out, right? Jalen got us there, right? And Tua finished the job, right? Because you needed that throwing, you needed that ability to attack the defense through the air, right? So then you go into next season and it's like, hey, who's starting, right? You gotta go. Jalen got us there. We don't even worry about that, right? But the shit Tua was doing was out of this motherfucking world. Okay? Like that shit was stupid. You spinning 360 and then throwing that shit down the field. Who the fuck is doing that shit? Jalen Hurts ain't doing it, right? So reason why I compare those situations into how we going into this season, because once Jalen left and once Tua left, it was just Mac Jones who waited his turn. And that is Ty Simpson, right? And I think you done seen all of these good players, right? You done probably seen Bryce Young, you done seen Jalen Milroe, both good and bad. So you like shit. All I gotta do is not do what he did last season in terms of decision making, not in terms of play,
Mhm.
because he really did some really cool shit. You know, like he ran for like almost 300 yards in one game. Yeah, like 5 touchdown passes. Like there was some good, but it's also some bad. If we can bring that bad down, look, the sky's the limit. Just play within the system. That's what I think. So then we got to see that smooth saying it shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard to replace the passing, but the ground threat, you're gonna have to make that up.
But I
In
mean,
terms of
you got to have your running game do better. But I mean, at
yeah,
least you don't have to cater your offense to that play style now. That you can play the offense to its fullest potential. We've seen what a quarterback can do in a DeBoer offense. We've seen it at Washington. Obviously, it's a drop off in competition and talent, but we've seen Penix, like DeBoer turned Penix into a freaking Heisman winner,
he
like a
did.
Heisman finalist. Like let's just be
Yeah.
honest. Like Penix at Indiana was dangerous running, not the greatest passer. A lot of injury issues, transfers to Washington. See him run a lot less, and he becomes like quite possibly the most prolific passer in the class. So don't get it twisted. Like a guy having an entire offseason to practice in this offense, like Todd Simpson, definitely could be dangerous. And I'm pretty sure Russell has been on campus all spring. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be locked, loaded, ready to go too. So don't get it twisted. I think they're still going to be a dangerous team.
Yeah, yeah. So it'll be all right. I'm excited about what Alabama's doing, but let's move forward, man. Like I said, we got a pretty cool show today, so we're gonna get into our recruiting, man. Um, but let's talk about the interior linemen, man. That the next class of bulldozers. So I'm looking at Tyler Morrell, man, for Notre Dame.
That's a big boy.
That is a big man. That is a big man.
That's a Notre Dame guy, though. That's size. Start, bench, cut, and that's a whole bunch of. Okay, you going off of pro or you going college? If you're going pro, you're gonna start Jalen. You're probably gonna honestly with Tua's injury issues. I'm gonna probably bench Bryce. I'm gonna trade Tua and I'm gonna cut Mac Jones because Mac Jones is just hot ass.
Oh my God, he was not that bad, man. He was not that bad. You bugging. You are bugging, man.
Well, would you do it the same way I did it then? If you're basing off the pro career?
If I'm basing off pro career, hell no, man. I'm actually considering the fact that Mac Jones' decision making when he actually got a coaching staff around him was actually pretty damn good. I would actually think about starting Mac Jones, but I'm actually going with Jalen as the starter because he obviously just won a Super Bowl. But then I put Mac Jones on the bench, right? And then I'm probably cutting Tua, and then I'm trading Bryce because Bryce got a lot of value. He's still young. So I would do that if I had to do that. Now, if we're talking about college, shit, yeah, I'm starting Tua. You out of your damn mind. In fact, yeah, I'm starting Tua. Shit, because Tua.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't argue that.
Tua was off the chain, bro. It was stupid.
Until he got hurt.
The shit he did to Tennessee was out of this world, bro. That game was over at halftime. Peyton Manning was like on the field, and then he went right upstairs.
He's like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to be seen.
He's like, yo, fuck this shit, man. We done. So definitely Tua in college. And then
he's talking about college. Yeah. So
I think I would bench Bryce. And then I would kind of, I guess Mac would get cut. No, I guess Jalen.
Oh, Mac wanted that, but Mac wanted Daddy.
I take Mac. I guess Mac would get traded to a different program because he would be good there, and then Jalen would probably be cut because he would go to a different program and probably win a national title. So,
no, the last comment, bro. Oof, boy, he coming with the heat, bro. Don't be surprised saying this and Melrose the first pick.
I sure did, bro. I'm sorry, man. Look,
he was coming for he was coming for the jugular earlier with me. Now he's coming for you.
Man, look. Like
I wasn't playing too good. He's like, oh, well, that's Drake May. And I'm like, what?
Like, look, man, I'm sorry, man. Like, I just felt I would probably be fired as a GM because that's a move I probably would have made.
No, you gonna be like you got an owner like Arthur Smith coming out like, yo, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, he's like, yo, yeah, you're gonna have the Falcons owner coming in. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yo, chill. Like, we good. But
He's like, no, you
look,
gonna chill. You about to chill your ass on out.
the only thing that made like that move, like I guess the Falcons owner had to come downstairs and be like, yo, what you doing? It's because they just signed Kirk Cousins. That was the only thing. Like, had they not signed Kirk Cousins, then you probably would have been like, okay, that makes sense, right? So that's the only
But
thing.
in hindsight, it worked out though.
Yeah, in hindsight, that shit was wonderful. Like, you can't say it wasn't. You know, you got the quarterback of the future, right? Starting right now. And then, you do whatever, right? But like I said, you could make fun of Jalen Milroe being a first round pick all you want. But when you consider the fact that the game is a speed space game, you can't tell me that's not a weapon you could use. I'm sorry. And if you are a situation sort of like an aging quarterback or whatever, and you need that quarterback for the future, that's what you should do. You should draft something different. Nobody got nothing like that in their arsenal. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, the ones that do, they're starting their quarterback in terms of like Lamar and shit like that. But nobody got that kind of speed, or at least size and speed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just want him to go somewhere. If he went to the perfect spot, in my opinion, right? He can sit under Sam Darnold and really learn and really just get hands on, right? And that's fine. That's fine. But if he went in the first round, you had a couple of people that could have did it. And you seen how Shador fell, and you seen some teams reach on quarterbacks. So I'm like, shit, if you go gamble, why not gamble on something that looks like what looks like a Rolls Royce but drives like a fucking Chrysler 300? You know what I'm saying? From afar it looks like the same car. But it's really not the same car. But
so you was talking about dude from Notre Dame.
No, nonetheless, man. See that Smooth always causing a ruckus in the chat. So, nonetheless, I like Tyler Morrell, man. That's a Notre Dame player, and I wouldn't be surprised if he actually gets a 5-star at the end of the season. Because you got that kind of size. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. And you see, I see Darius Gray, right? I think he might be he got to bulk up a lot though, man.
I'd put a guy. I'd give him like an extra 25 pounds and throw him at center.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Get him about 305 to 310, and I'd slap him right in the middle. He's got decent enough height to play in the middle. He doesn't have to be 6'5" to play like interior. Like most guys that can play guard, they can play too. And about 305, 310, you already know they're gonna have really good tackles anyway. The fact that they're gonna go into Virginia and get a guy like that, South Carolina looks like they're trying to creep up there, but man, you get the number one interior offensive lineman in this class. Just get him to put a little weight on, let him eat a little bit, and turn it into muscle, bro. That's all. I like it.
I agree, man. But Tyler Morrell is interesting. Notre Dame can get him and keep Penn State off of him. That'd be pretty good. Marcus Freeman out there recruiting.
That's a big dude, bro. That's a guy I want to throw it. It's interior, bro. I want to see if he got good feet and hands, bro. I'll probably throw him a tackle. That's a big freaking dude, bro.
Yeah, already. Like
that's huge, bro. He might still get a couple of inches. What if he gets out of high school? He's about 6'6", 6'7". He's going to tackle, bro. He ain't staying on the inside.
Exactly. So, but those are your interior linemen. I like those a lot, man. So we got a high school player spotlight, man.
You forgot to send them to me, bro.
I know, man. I know. I forgot, man. I'm sorry, man. It's really been a long week, man. Long week, man. Like, but nonetheless, man, I like Haynes Hackney, man. Walnut Grove, Prosper, Texas, man. He's going into a sophomore season. Pretty prolific freshman season. I mean, got his team to the playoffs, got to the regional round. I forgot who they lost to, but pretty damn cold to start your damn high school career in the state playoffs. Okay. So the sky's the limit for this guy. Obviously, there's some serious hype stuff, right? But I think if you're talking about the success he could have, I think we could be looking at kind of a Bryce Young guy, right? Just in terms of going to college. Small guy, big game.
They had that dude puts another like 15 pounds on, like 175. Oh my gosh. And that's muscle because he's young. He gets like another inch taller, about 175, 180. That's solid. Like,
Yeah,
especially if he's putting up stats like this as a freshman in Texas and he gets bigger like that. Oh, bro, that's over with, bro.
I'm telling you, man, that shit was crazy. Like I said, I wish I could have sent you his film, man, because it's the poise. You would have seen the poise already. Like just, I'm
Just got
dropping
it.
back to
Just
pass.
got it.
Yeah, I'm not doing what I was doing in middle school, jumping around, running, and all that shit. No, no, no. I know what I'm doing. I'm confident in where I can throw the ball, and to see that as a young player is crazy. So
Mm-hmm.
we got two offers right now. I think it was
Sam
Stephen
Houston.
Austin.
Oh, Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah, one of those. It's
Okay.
Stephen F. Austin and then somebody else in Texas. But he only got two. But that's fine because he's young as hell.
Got
Right.
3 years.
Yeah. So yeah, they want to see how he developed. I want to say size wise because the game
Oh, dude, I
speaks
think
for
he could
itself.
still grow. He gets to like 5'11, puts another 15, 20 pounds on. That's dangerous.
Bro, what if he grow? What if he hit like a crazy growth spurt and go like 6'2"?
Have an Anthony Davis type growth spurt, huh?
Yeah, bro. Like, yo, I'm finna,
I mean, hey, it's possible. The kid's only he's going into his sophomore year, so he's only like 15, 16 years old. Like, if he gets to
yeah, he's
6
like,
foot, puts a little. If he gets about
yo,
6 foot, if he gets like 6 foot, puts a little extra weight on, and he's already playing like that shorter. Imagine how like a guy is 5'9" and already he has to train himself to be able to read the field. He's already shorter. Now imagine that guy gets like 2-3 inches taller, about 6 foot tall. Imagine how much easier if he's already picking defenses apart at 5'9". He gets about 6'1". Oh my gosh, that's gonna come easy if he's already playing like this early. So that's definitely dangerous to say the least.
nah,
40
man.
touchdowns, 5 picks is crazy.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, I'm just like, shit, man. I seen it, but I really think if we projecting, I really think that if everything stayed square, right? He didn't get that taller, but he got bigger, right? I could think of
Yeah.
him being a Russell Wilson type of guy, right? A guy that's, not necessarily the biggest, but plays a lot bigger than what he is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Russ might not be the biggest quarterback, but in terms of size, he's really put together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Russ is like a tank out there almost. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't just gonna grab him, you know. So it's funny. I think about Alden Smith. Remember when he tried to grab Darren Sproles, and Darren Sproles like almost flipped him over his head, and he had to grab him by the.
That's crazy, bro. Because Alden Smith was a beast, bro. That was a big freaking dude. Ultra athletic, long arms. And Darren Sproles was small and compact, bro. You couldn't just bring him down that easy because he's scooting out, bro. That was nasty.
Yeah, man. Nah, I fucks with it though, man. But shout out to Hayes Hackney, man. We're gonna be watching. I want to see what he do next season, man. So hopefully injury-free season. Knock on wood, because we want to see how you develop, man. So that's our high school player spotlight, man. So now let's get into some NFL stuff, man. But You want to run that commercial, Brandon?
That's fine. We're gonna
Yeah,
get into all of our really cool NFL content, but in the meantime, let's take a commercial break and we'll be back shortly.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back.
We back again for this cool stuff. All right, so
That's crazy, man.
So we got what's wrong, dog? You good?
No, you remember Duck Dynasty when we was in high school?
Yeah, Duck Dynasty, yeah.
Yeah, you remember Phil, the old one?
Yeah, the
guy
one
who
that
started
played with the one that played with Terry Bradshaw in college, high school.
Yeah, he died.
Oh damn. What's
79.
Damn, man, that's messed up.
Yeah,
man.
I just happened to look down at my phone. I seen that. Sorry for cutting you off, but that was kind of.
Nah, that's fucked up, man. Phil was hey man, you asked Terry Bradshaw, man. Phil was better than him. You know, so
condolences to his family, by the way.
Man.
Really inspirational life story. If you guys haven't seen the movie about his life and how he kind of turned things around, I'll definitely recommend it. It's a really good movie.
Nah, man.
But yeah, sorry about that.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good, man. So I was surfing the web in the middle of the night, man, and I turned this into a short, and then I was like, man, you know what? Let's turn this into a segment, man. You know, it's gonna be not a short show, but definitely shorter than maybe it usually is. So let's just see what we got here, man. So I want to get your take on it, man, and then I'll follow up. What you think about Mahomes being better than Brady, right? Because technically, the first half of his career, he probably been better than Brady. Like, if you think about it, he got about the same amount of rings. I don't know if Brady got an MVP, but I know he might have 2 MVPs. I think Mahomes got 2. I think.
Well, how many years has Mahomes been? This has been since 2019.
I think 2019.
I think this is 19 he started, like right before COVID. I think he started after like Alex Smith.
Let me see.
Let me verify that because I remember. Yeah, hold on. Let me see. Patrick Mahomes. No, man, ain't no Dan Patrick.
Who's also good. Shout out Dan Patrick. He one of the OGs of ESPN, bro. But he got up out of there too once he started feeling like, hey man, fuck all this shit.
All right, so he started. So yeah, he's started in 2018. So he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going into year 8.
That's what I thought. Year 8.
So let me see. Tom Brady stats. I'm just curious because I don't know by looking. Let's see. So 1, 2. Okay, let's just go off of his first year starting. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so for sure, Brady at least had 1 MVP because if you go, he started like a full season in 2001. Well, his 8th season was 2007, where he freaking lit it up with 4,800 yards and 50 touchdown passes. So if Mahomes has 2, Brady's right behind him with 1. I don't think Brady had another one before that.
All right, so that's what I was saying, man. So when you looking at, but you go ahead and say if you think he could be better on that second half.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave a disclaimer before I even say anything because I'm not gonna get accused of anything. I am a Patriots fan, but I am gonna put all bias aside when I make these following statements. Cool. All right, so
Cool.
cool. So Mahomes has been absolutely electric. Like ever since he touched the field his first year, he killed it from the instant he got here. Couldn't be freaking stopped. Whatever. Been playing outside of his mind up until like the last 2 years or so. It's been kind of a little mid, but not bad. Has 3 Super Bowls already. I want to say he might have 2 league MVPs. Let's find. I'm actually curious about that. Hold on, let me see. Hey Siri. How many MVPs does Patrick?
Hey, that's fucking stupid. Huh?
So Mahomes has 2 league MVPs. So obviously they've been on a reign of terror. Been the league consensus league's best quarterback for the last 5-6 years or so, hands down, up until like things have happened recently. And like you said before, this is the first half. But this is how I'm gonna look, and I'm not gonna be because I'm gonna look at it from both perspectives. But you have to look at it like this: the AFC is a lot different now than what it was when he took over.
Mm.
A lot of teams have adjusted. And we've seen that even teams in the NFC have been able to recognize what the Chiefs can do and what they've done. And they've been able to analyze it and they've been able to take it apart. You've seen what Philadelphia did the Super Bowl. They kind of neutralized that without having to utilize everything. I'm skeptical about this because Brady had 2 Hall of Fame careers, in my opinion. His first half wins 3 out of 4 Super Bowls. And at the tail end or so of the first career, I'd say, the guy had been to freaking 4 or 5 of them. Like up until like 2011, 2012, it went to like 5 Super Bowls. Let's see. Yeah, went to 5, won 3 out of 5. Like really good. And then you come into the second, comes and wins freaking 3 out of 4 Super Bowls. So I mean, it leaves a lot to be desired. It could happen. He could catch him. But I'm a little pessimistic for this because we've seen that Mahomes is not untouchable. He's not invincible. Like he can be beat. He can be contained. Like, and I've seen mannerisms that Mahomes has that Brady didn't have. So like when I watch Brady play and we're in a tight crunch situation, Brady's locked in the entire time. It doesn't matter if we're down 21 or more. Like he's locked in. We're trying to find ways to win. When I see Mahomes be down and out, he's kind of down and out, like bummed out. Like I'm not saying he's not always locked in because, hey, he has won some Super Bowls. All the Super Bowls have been won from behind. But like in those games where they've really been kicked a swift kick in the nuts, like I've kind of seen him kind of fold a bit. And that concerns me, especially coming from a guy like Brady that I never seen that. He'd be pissed off. He might throw the tablet around. Have a little tantrum here and there, but I mean, I've never seen that. And the way I see the league happening now is like people realize after the Eagles beat the Chiefs, they're not gonna let the Chiefs get back to that. I think the Bengals got better, the Bills got better, the Ravens got better, the Steelers are good, like the Chargers are getting better, the Raiders are getting better, Houston's still a decent team. Like the AFC is tough, bro. And the AFC was tough back then. But there's just like, 7 rings is crazy, bro. And we seen Brady go up against everybody. Now, he didn't always win every single time, but you knew they had a chance to win every single time. I seen Brady lose in prime time the games I felt they shouldn't have lose. Against Peyton Manning, against Joe Flacco, against Drew Brees. But there's just an it factor that's different to me. Not saying that he can't get there. I'm optimistic that, the guy's got sky potential. His skill set is crazy. Crazy arm strength, mobility, being able to throw the freaking arm, side arm, behind his back, under his legs, all kinds of crazy stuff. But like now, like, you know, the Chiefs are gonna have to adjust because Kelsey's not getting any younger. He's probably gonna play like another year or two. And those reliable weapons make a difference if a guy is gonna have success. I mean, don't get me wrong, Brady had weapons, man. He had Wes Welker, you had Randy Moss, but a lot of those guys he made better. And when a quarterback can really make, like, look at Julian Edelman, could almost be a Hall of Famer because of Tom Brady. Danny Amendola, look at Gronk, really good, but nobody expected him to be that good. Like, there, it just, I really, for me to say he's gonna catch him, I need to see what this next year or two is gonna look like. Like, if the Chiefs answer back and I see Mahomes get back to that level of play he was at when he was throwing for 5,050 plus touchdowns, if I see him get back to that, then I'm like, okay, like, I have to pull back and I have to realize that this guy is there. Like, he can get there. But if we get into these next 2 years and like Kelsey's gone and all you have is like Xavier Worthy and like you're relying too much on your defense, then I'm gonna be like, okay, well, like a lot of these other AFC teams are gonna start kicking you out in the playoffs. And then how are you gonna adjust? Because the Bills are really close to punching through that glass ceiling. They're really close. Baltimore's literally knocking at the door, and all the Bengals need are a couple better defensive players. The AFC West is getting tougher. Like, Brady owned the AFC East for 20 years, bro. We owned it. And nobody could adjust. But I see the AFC West teams are adjusting. Teams are getting better. They're addressing areas of need. And they're going to try to exploit what the Eagles exploited. So could it be true at some point? Yes. We're still really early on. You're not really going to know until you get like another 4 or 5 years from now. You're going to have a much better assessment. But my biggest thing is going to be like, how are they going to adjust with his weapons? Is the defense going to stay intact? And then, like, how are they going to fare against the teams getting better in the AFC? Because if they get knocked out a couple times, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, we lost quite a few. We lost to Eli Manning twice. And most people would have checked out at that point and be like, you know what? I'm good. I've won enough. I just don't know if Mahomes has that in him to want to like keep getting back up when getting knocked down because they rode a high for so long. So do I think it's possible? Yes. But if I'm making an assessment off of what I see right now, no, I don't think so.
All right. Now let me get my rebuttal. Yeah, I agree. You gotta get back to
Pretty much
that,
what I said,
and
yeah.
then I think he'll be ready week 1. I think he tore that kind of early, so he should be good by now. So, but for me, Mahomes, yes, CS Move is right. He's got to get back to that 2019 level production where he was like 5,050 touchdown production, right? Also, he is ahead of Brady at this point. Like, so we're not saying that he's behind or whatever. He's actually ahead of Brady at this point. But Brady, at the end of that first part of his career, had lost 2 Super Bowls, right? Mm-hmm. So he's technically almost on the same level as Tom Brady as well, because
they both had 3.
Lost 2 Super Bowls as well, not 2 appearances in a row, right? Because Brady lost the last 2 to the Giants, but he has an opportunity to even eclipse what Brady did, right? Mm-hmm. But Brady started winning with nothing.
Winning with less.
Yeah, he started winning with less talent. And when you're on the type of contract that Mahomes is on, right? Big value. Nobody has a bigger total value than Mahomes. Like, we're talking $500 million, right? So he's already started to push some money back into the team, right? However that happened. But that was the story going around, right? And that's a good way to start. But
that's how Brady did.
Yes. But for him to eclipse Brady, and why I think he could do it is that you've seen that he doesn't have to blow it out. He doesn't have to do the 2018-19
Yeah.
Mahomes, and they still win. Like
Mm-hmm.
Brady won all of them Super Bowls at the end of his career, almost not replicating what he did against with Randy Moss and Welker.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm
but I
saying?
mean, yeah, that was different. Yeah, but yeah,
So not really different though, because think about it. When Mahomes was doing all of that level of production, he had a crazy squad, bro. I mean, you still had Kelsey, but you had Tyreek Hill. You had some pretty good running backs too, right? So yeah, man. Yeah, we talk about that. See that smooth? Yeah,
but I will. I'm not gonna cut you off, but I will say Brady took many more pay cuts than what people want to hint on with. He took a lot of pay cuts to get guys to stay or to bring people in. So
Yeah, so I mean, but that's why I think he could really beat him, because not only is he starting um ahead of Brady going into that second half of the career, I think that he's starting to realize that I don't need to do as much, because I'm already kind of in my mind, I'm already levels ahead of where everybody else is. I'm the face of the league. I'm the best quarterback. Don't nobody touching me right now, right? And Mahomes isn't necessarily kind of in that, oh, I'm the shit category. Kind of like Cam Newton was when he won MVP. Like, I'm the shit. I ain't got to get no better for real. And that's kind of what kind of hurt him a little bit. But when you think about Mahomes, he don't really be like that. Like, it's still gonna be tough to beat the Chiefs. Like, let's just say that. Like,
yeah,
the
it's not a
AFC
cakewalk.
West, the AFC West got better, right? But Mahomes ain't no regular season player anymore. Like, if it ain't no playoffs, it don't matter. Like, you could, there was their, like, the last two Super Bowls were right, probably their worst teams, in my opinion. Probably their worst teams. They won a Super Bowl and lost a Super Bowl, right? So now you at that point where Tom Brady was, right? Where it's like, okay, let's dial it back and let's retool for this next couple years, right? Because there was a lull between that next Super Bowl after that Giants loss. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm okay with that, because even if the lull goes, a couple years, he's still ahead of Brady at that point, because he's got the individual awards, he's got the Super Bowls, right? And he got two losses, right? Same thing. So now if they retool for that next run, Patrick Mahomes can really do that. He can do that. Now I'm not saying play as long as Tom Brady, because goddamn, he played forever. But he could get a couple more. And then we could have a different discussion. But we really need to see the whole picture. But as far as right now, he's ahead of him.
I
But
will.
we'll
I
see.
will say though, the difference maker, Andy Reid's not going to be there the entirety of the rest of his career, and that is a major talking point. Because you can have a really good quarterback, but if Andy Reid leaves and you know whoever's going to go in there, you don't know if you're going to have the same success, even with that quarterback. That's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So when you say like, all right, the Andy Reid situation,
Yeah.
that is a big deal to me. All right. That's the outlier, I think, that has things flipped towards Brady in that point. Because
Mm-hmm.
Brady had stability, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he also had defensive stability. Even later. Because for me, I always count the first Super Bowl, the third Super Bowl, that Super Bowl with the Rams that they won were defense, and the one with the Falcons, because they played good defense that second half, right? Those three Super Bowls were, a great situation for Bill Belichick. That's where his mindset took over. Like, all right, look, we finna do it, right? But the other ones, the Panthers, things like that, where Brady had to really like will his team to win, those are the ones that matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with Andy Reid being the offensive play caller, that shit could change everything for for him not catching Tom Brady.
Exactly.
Because it's a difference, man. It's a difference when you have a defensive coach and you just worry about offensive stability, right? But when the head coach is also the thing that's keeping your offense stable, that's a problem. You can't teach what Andy Reid's seen over the years. Like you can't. It just seemed like every play call makes sense. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 8, 4th and 2, whatever. They just know how to call the perfect play to put them in position to win. Now,
Mm.
will a lot of that genius rub off on Mahomes? Maybe, maybe. Because we've seen great quarterbacks over the course of the NFL history call their own plays. Like as Bill Walsh got a little bit older and on the way out, Joe Montana started calling his own plays, which made it easy for George Seifert to just come in and be the head coach, right?
Mm.
You've seen guys like Johnny Unitas call their own plays. You've seen
Yeah,
guys
but
like
that's a whole different era though. You can't do
no,
that no more.
no. I know it's a different era, but I'm just saying those things matter.
Yeah, they
if
do.
you if he can harness anything, understanding defenses and what they trying to do to you, that's a game changer for Mahomes, which flips it back into his favor. Because if you know how you want to play, right? And you go out there and you call in your own plays and you doing your own thing on offense, if they hire a defensive guy, right? I'm not in favor of it, right? I don't want to see Steve Spagnuolo do no shit at
Dude,
head coach.
he's not getting another gig. We both know that ain't
We
happening.
know that. But at some point, if they say, hey man, Spags, you done helped us win, these Super Bowls early with these defenses, and you say, hey, you are the head coach, right?
I
Mahomes is
mean,
gonna have to do that.
I would need to see. I would need to see in a situation like that. If you're saying he needs to adjust, and he would have to be somewhere. And this is a tall ask because he probably had the highest IQ ever of any quarterback. And you'd have to be like Peyton Manning, bro. How many times? And we was talking about it earlier, even on Madden 06. How many times when you line up across from Peyton Manning, he gets on the center, it's like, nope, changing this, changing that. Like you'd have to be somewhere like on that. But it's just, I get that point, but it's like, man, the NFL is so much different. And it's like, man, head coach and offensive coordinator are such an important thing in this day and age. Like that can make or break any good quarterback. And Mahomes is an exception because he's stellar with sky high potential. But man, like if say for instance, let's just say, I don't think this is gonna happen. I feel like Andy Reid will probably give it at least 2 years. But let's just say after this year, let's say Kansas City makes the playoffs. Let's say they win the division, they make it to the divisional round, and they get knocked out. And Reid's like, you know what? Done. It's like, man, like there's a big chance for a big seismic shift there. Because if they don't knock it out the park with the hire, teams are going to see that, and that's going to drive these organizations to be like, no, we are going to punch through that ceiling. They're at their weakest point. We're going to put our foot on their throat, and we're going to freaking dog walk them. So I think that is a huge deal because he's not going to be there forever. Even if he's there 2-3 more years, like after that, like you got to hope you have a really stable situation because Mahomes can do damn near anything you ask him to do and some. But how much longer do you expect the defense to play at that level, though? I mean, Chris Jones is locked up for a long time, but like you have to keep that defense there
He's getting
because
older.
if that defense, if they start losing pieces and they can't replenish that, I'm not picking them apart. I'm not saying they're going to suck at all. I'm not saying that at all. They're still a tough place probably the toughest place in the AFC to play, Arrowhead. But like those are things you have to keep in mind, especially when you're starting to look at like this next 8 years, for instance. Like there's a lot of things that could go wrong. and not in Mahomes' favor. Now, if it's potential, it's possible. But if Andy Reid was younger, I'd be like, okay, like they can ride this out. But Belichick, like Brady had that stability of Belichick and allowed him to do everything. Like it's a much different scenario in that likelihood, because if Reid leaves and you don't knock out the park with your coach, you could waste a lot of those valuable years to be able to try to capitalize and get some more Super Bowls.
No. I get that, man. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
we'll
Tom
see.
Brady was Mr. Hold My Beer. Watch this.
Yeah,
That's who that was.
and yeah, I
Yes.
think so too.
Brady's a big stretch. He got to take advantage. I just think there are a lot of things that could go wrong. A lot of things could go right, but like
Yeah,
still.
I feel like there's a lot, like, and then we can kind of move on to the last part of the show. But I feel like when talking about see that Smooth's comment, right? He has a big stretch of not winning a Super Bowl. He does, but at the same time, you gotta think the Chiefs have to fix the problems right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they fixed some issues with receiver, right? They found, I guess, loosely, another Tyreek Hill and Xavier Worthy, right? Loosely, not the same type of player, but loosely. Like that's a pretty good stretch. He played really well when he had a deep threat, right? And you got Marquise Brown, and you know how I feel about Marquise Brown. So that's not necessarily a big deal for me. But one key factor is you're gonna have to address the Travis Kelsey situation. You're gonna have to.
Because he's about to be out the door too.
Yes, he's about to retire and probably get a very, very big house with Taylor Swift somewhere. Whatever. That's the way it goes, man. I ain't mad at him, dog. That's high level pimping, bro. So I ain't gonna hate your game, player, because you got you just next level. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tough to be an NFL player and find somebody that's bigger and more of a star than you, and you're dating them. That's
Tom did it
crazy,
too.
right? That's
Tom
crazy.
did it.
I mean,
Yeah, she made more money than him, bro. Giselle was like big time, bro. Obviously, they
Giselle,
married the most.
just
Dude, Giselle was making bank, dog. Like,
yes, I understand that, but bigger than
not bigger than Taylor Swift, obviously, but I
no,
mean,
no, not
that's
like
still
but
like
bigger than Tom though.
with the point when they got together up until like the end. Yeah, I'd probably say so. Up until like the final like chapter, I guess, but like that was still
Even
crazy.
after three,
After 3, yeah,
after
I'd
three
still say
Super
so.
Bowls, she was still bigger than him.
Yeah, they weren't even together at that point,
Damn.
but I'd
Okay.
say so.
All right. All right. All right. I can dig it. I can dig it. All right. Giselle being bigger than Tom Brady. Okay, I can dig that. I can dig that. All right. But not bigger than fucking Taylor Swift, though. I'm sorry.
No, that's a whole different story.
Now that's a whole different stratosphere. So shout out to Travis Kelsey. He doing his damn thing. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think the stretch they're gonna have to fix some stuff, man. And I think Mahomes is gonna have to be he's gonna have to be a smarter football player and really gonna cut the umbilical cord that is Andy Reid. You
And
know,
he's gonna have to elevate those guys around him, bro.
yeah,
Like that's
you're gonna have to start playing with less because I mean it's
look at
he
Josh
was
Allen. Josh
he was
Allen's doing it too now. So
yeah, like if you're in an area which is not like the biggest free agent market, right? So you gotta really want to play with a dude, right? Pause. We have pause to play with a dude.
hey, don't
Pause.
cut that out of context, guys.
Pause. You gotta really, but you get what I mean. You gotta really want to play with a quarterback like Mahomes, man, to really settle yourself in Kansas City. You gotta really want to settle yourself in Buffalo, New York, if it's a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So see that smooth is like
I
anyway,
knew
man. But this was a good discussion, man. I think we both hit on that pretty good. Let's get into our last segment, man. We're gonna be doing old NFL helmets tier list, man. So let me get this
Oh,
off.
that's even better. I said logos, but I kind of like the idea of doing helmets. That's cool.
I think it was old. I told you it's been a long week, so it's probably helmets. It's probably logos too. All right, man. So here we are, man.
Oh
So
shit.
here we are. This is
Hey, I fuck with that one.
all right. So
Hold on. So we got.
so
I
I
like
don't
the
know if
third one. And two says smoking Reggie.
older
Who's
helmet
older?
design. Are
Who's
you
older
serious?
helmet?
I mean, okay, the older helmet designs, yeah, but the
Well,
logos was fire.
hey, look at Walter Payton, bro. Walter Payton wore the same helmet his entire career.
Yeah,
Just think
man,
about that for a second.
that damn
So
kicker helmet.
you said no, but I'm saying like never changed it. It was literally the exact same helmet his entire career. He never got a new one.
All right, so we're gonna keep this
Yeah.
old school logos, right? We're gonna keep it old school. So we're gonna keep it the Bears, things like that, right?
Oh, you got to
So,
review the categories, bro.
I know. I'm just saying, like when we
Okay.
go down here, it's a lot of shit, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
So y'all gotta bear with us. We just gonna do the older logos, not the newer ones, right? So just keep that in mind, right? So we got the categories. Classic forever, right? Buy the jersey is the next one, right?
The third one.
Smoking Reggie, right? Because that's just the regular shit. Make your stomach hurt, right? But you'll wear it, right? And buy the newer version, which means it probably sucked. And then Fire Creative is the last one because what the
Oof.
fuck was you thinking? All right. So the first one, old school Cardinals. Um,
I,
I
I probably
think
said,
I
what you
think it's
think?
like I think it's Smoking Reggie. I think it's cool.
I was gonna say that because it's the newer one's cool, but I don't know. The older logo's kind of grown on me a little bit, to be honest with you.
It's kind of grown on you.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I'd say Smoking Reggie. It's kind of like in the middle. You got somebody older watching, it's like, what in the world are y'all talking about?
You smoke some Reggie and find out.
High school.
Yeah, you smoke some Reggie and find out, man. Shit. But all right,
That's
smoking Reggie is kind of how I feel about that, man. So then we go old school Panthers logo, right?
I dig it.
So I like it. I think
That gives
I
me old Jaguars vibes.
yeah, I'm thinking
Out of
classic
jerk.
forever, man.
Okay.
I'm thinking classic forever, man, because it's like you can't go wrong with that. And quite frankly, the one before the Cam Newton era, this shit was cold. I like this last one right
I
here.
think the OG one is like the best though. The OG one.
All right, no. All right, so we got the
Oof.
Bears, man.
That one's bad, bro. Buy the newer version.
Yeah, I'll buy the newer version.
I
yeah, I'll
respect
buy
the
the newer
history
version.
there. Oh man, bro! I thought you was gonna have the OG Bengals logo with the freaking tiger, like the running tiger. That would've been cool.
Yeah, my bad, man.
This one, that one's, it's buy the newer version to me. It's okay.
Yeah.
Wait, are we doing the tiger or the bee?
I do the tiger.
I said tigers buy the newer version.
All right.
It's okay. It's not ass, but like it's not. Now the next one is ass.
Fire Creative. Who the fuck is that?
What is that?
Who the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
I forgot the dude's name. The freaking
Like,
the character's name. I forget.
like what the?
That's Cam retracing the steps. You know, they used to be the Browns, so like low key, like this is his team's
man.
logo.
We used to
That's
be
his
the
team's
Browns,
logo.
man.
That's
We
his
used
team's
to be
logo.
the Browns, but hey, man, like
That's your logo.
like nah, man. See that Smooth says it got let's
He
see.
said it was the 40s. Have some mercy.
Man, fuck that shit. What the fuck is this, man? Like, this is lazy as hell. The Browns, it's a fucking elf.
It looks like you took a Christmas logo and you slapped brown and orange on it.
That's a fucking elf. What the fuck is that? That is not a football logo.
Oh man.
That's exactly why people walk into the dog pound and really just be laughing. That
Back
shit
then, this
ain't,
probably
that's not
legit.
intimidating.
Bro, that comment though, Cam, look, freaking.
Back then it probably looked genius. To who?
Nah, dog. I think it's timeless in the fact that it's freaking fire creative.
Bro, like, no, that is not genius. We're gonna all right, see that Smooth. You said it's genius, right? You walk into the owner's office and say, all right, guess what? I got a new logo. It's an elf with a football.
Dude, I'm gonna pop in like Arthur Smith. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro?
What? That's what we doing? An elf with a football. And somebody said, yeah, that's cool.
How disrespectful to Mr. Brown.
That's crazy, bro.
In the 40s, yes. No, you could do better in the 40s.
No. Because there's plenty of logos on this list that were
in that era.
In the 40s, and they look cold as hell. So you can't tell me that shit look cool. Hell no, not in the 40s, man. Somebody said we're gonna regret this shit. And yeah, y'all did. That shit is garbage, man. Hot garbage. Anyway.
So we got Dallas.
I mean, that's iconic, dog. That don't get no better than that, dog. The
team, you got them. That's got to be S tier.
Yeah, the team.
Classic forever.
You might not agree with how the Cowboys like play, but that's classic, man. Come on, that's classic.
Now for Denver, I'd probably say is the D. To be honest.
Well, yeah, but to go against see that Smooth, right? Look at this logo.
We can't always do all the. Oh man.
Like, come on, man. Like that's
okay. So we'll rank both Denver logos. That one and the D, because I feel like the D is a really historic logo. It deserves to be ranked.
Yeah, I think that's S tier.
That's S tier. The what? Now what in the world is that? That's fire creative. That's
not fire creative. So you tell
buy the newer version then.
All right.
Buy the newer version then.
If you on live right now, tell me which logo you would want. Right.
I'd rather the Broncos one, but it doesn't mean it's that much better though.
The elf or the dude riding the Bronco. I'm sorry, man. No way.
Then put it on buy the newer version then. Put it on buy the newer version then.
You're not going to tell me that an elf holding a football make me feel like I want to go to a Browns game.
Or make me feel like I want to sign there.
No, that's my mascot. Are you serious? That's like Stanford in the fucking tree. Really? That's what we doing? I'll buy the newer version. I will.
Yeah, that's fine.
But so nothing's beating the Browns with the fucking football.
We got Detroit. I'd say I wouldn't say classic forever.
Not.
I don't think it's S tier.
This S tier? I don't think so.
No, it's not. Go up, like click it and go up. Let's see. So we got buy the jersey, smoking. I'd say smoking Reggie.
Yeah, I'd say smoking Reggie.
It makes me feel like it brings back.
Like I personally like the one after this.
Yeah. I like the one like the Joey Harrington era, like that line, or like the Barry Sanders era, that line.
Yeah. Nah,
I don't like that.
I fucks with it.
I'd say buy the.
I say buy the jersey, bro. I buy the jersey, bro. Think about it. It's a football, right? So we talking about the Packers, and then you got the whole state of Wisconsin behind it. That's fire, bro.
Okay, you can put it there.
Fire. That's
I'm
fire.
curious.
I buy the jersey. It's not classic.
I'm just curious about something. So we doing that. I see Texans. Do you have Oilers in there?
No.
How dare you not put the Oilers, bro? No Oilers. How disrespectful, bro.
Oh, I didn't make this damn thing,
That's
dog.
hella
I didn't make this damn thing.
We
Bro.
go on to Atlanta.
I like that S tier. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like it much better than what the logo ended up turning into. I like that.
Man, that's my shit, man. I love
Their
that.
old jerseys, like their jerseys, like the 80s and 90s were freaking nice.
Yeah, that's S tier to me.
Oh, this Texans logo is kind of eh. It's all right.
The older one, like that seemed just like buy the newer version.
Yeah, because it's like you're trying to like get over the Oilers, but it's not a better version.
Yeah, it's like HT. Like, what is that? Some water or something? You put that on some water, you'll sell that shit. God damn, man. If I can see that Smooth said, to be honest, I don't think I would ever go to a Browns game.
I bet you would. The tickets were free.
Yeah,
but you gotta wear. But you gotta wear. But you gotta wear.
If they free. If they
but the thing is though, you gotta wear the Deshaun Watson jersey.
Oh man, I mean shit. Deshaun Watson barely wear his own jersey, so shit. So like, what are we really talking about?
He said that's okay.
Like he barely wears his own jersey, so why would somebody else wear that shit? All right, I think the Colts is S tier. I think it's always been good, man. Even with I don't know what the fuck this is. Oh,
I ain't never seen that look, and I've seen a lot of throwback logos. I don't think that. Now, see, I'm surprised they didn't put the old. You remember the old Baltimore Colts logo? It was like the freaking Colt jumping with like the helmet. That was a pretty cool logo, but it's not on here.
I think somebody that was like 18 made this.
Yeah, if me and you would have made it, we would have had all the cool shit.
Yeah, but I think it's iconic, man. I fucks with it.
Now the next one, that's S tier.
Yeah,
that's Jaguars logo is S tier, bro.
That's classic forever, man.
That's one of my favorite logos.
Man, when they made the Panthers and the Jaguars as NFL teams, they really was cold.
And the colorways and like the concepts, that was good.
I mean, the Chiefs has always been by that jersey though.
I'd say buy that jersey. They're not S, but they're like right there. Like
like they didn't really change much, you know. So we got
Raiders.
That's S tier, bro. I'm sorry. Like
every time I see that logo, I think of Kenny Boo.
Huh?
Every time I see the Raiders logo, I think of Kenny Boo because he liked the Raiders.
Yeah, like that's a classic forever, man. The Chargers.
That's go up. Let's see.
I feel like that's buy that jersey because the jerseys is more iconic than the logo.
Yeah, I guess.
In my opinion, you know.
Okay. Who else we got? Right. We got the Ram. Well, which Rams logo? I like that. That one in the middle you're on. That's probably a good one to use. Because I mean, they were in LA before St. Louis anyway.
Fuck you. Classic forever. We're not doing it. I'm not doing
it.
I'm not biased as hell, man. I'm not doing it.
Now, if you pick it, are you still doing the Rams?
Like if we wanted to rank the old one, like the new one.
That's ass. That's ass.
Buy the older version.
No, but the LA one's even worse.
Yeah, man. So we'll say Smoking Reggie. That's
whatever. Now the Dolphins one, bro, it's got to be that second one, bro. That is the best rendition.
Second one is classic.
That's S tier.
Yeah, that's classic forever.
I
Man.
love that logo.
I mean, I'd even rock the older version. I'll rock
Yeah,
this one
I
too.
would do that newer one. That newer one is horrible. Oh my gosh, that is
Like
bottom of
that's
the barrel.
like yo. All right, so the Dolphins. This one is fire, right? I flex with it, right? But
That's
the
hot.
new
The
one
other one's
feel
hot.
like the dolphin at the zoo. You
Yeah, it's
know,
dumb. And then what the
like
hell is that weird? Like the sun looks dumb in there. Like what are we doing?
what are we doing? You know, like it's dumb, right?
That one's hot and the other one's
Give
not.
me the dolphin that be chasing the sharks. That's what this dolphin look like. This look like Flipper at the zoo.
No, that just looked like you kind of just doodled it.
I mean, it's a pretty good dolphin if they did doodle it there.
Oh, I think you got a Baltimore. You got an older. Yeah, you got to do one. You got to do the one with the wings and shit, bro. Look, go down by the Jets.
Oh,
That's
okay.
like the OG.
Yeah, that shit fire. When they had that at center and midfield, that's the GOAT. I like that. That's my shit. Let me see. Minnesota. It's always buy that jersey. I could do that. They got an older one that's kind of stupid looking. Like, I hate that shit. It's just so dumb. All right. We're gonna put this in S tier.
It's not.
All right.
I say it's buy the jersey, but you can put it in S if you want.
I like it, dog. I'm sorry.
I like it. It's just I don't know. I just like
it.
our newer logo better.
I like it, man. I do. It's like, all right, it's a Patriot playing football. Can't get no American than that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty cool. I fucks with it. All right, then we get into the Saints, right?
I'd probably say it's the first one or the second one.
Yeah, I fucks with the second.
I say, I mean,
well,
no, I wouldn't put
take
S.
it back.
That's like smoking Reggie.
I take it back.
I'd grab that one and
the Arch Manning. Man, god damn, he went to Alabama. Fuck. Oh man, god damn, I can't believe it. Arch Manning, and oh man, the Snake when he played there. That's what this reminds me of. Not good teams.
Oh man, they messed up for doing the Giants like that, bro. They should have did the Giants where it was literally the Giants spelled out. That was a cool logo.
Yeah, so this is like
I think it's Reggie, bro.
Yeah, it's Reggie to me, man. That ain't it, man.
Current Saints is elite. No, it is not.
No,
it is not. You smoking that Reggie.
It's so bad. Fire creative.
I mean, damn, I don't know, bro. The old Jet kind of ain't as bad as I'd definitely rather the Jet than the Elf, though.
That's why it's behind
I like the 80s. I like the 80s freaking Jets logo. That thing is clean.
You talking about this one?
Yeah, I don't mind that one.
Yeah, I like that. I'll buy that.
That's by jersey.
Yeah, I'll buy that jersey, man.
Ooh,
now,
the Eagles is
the Eagles been cold, man, forever, dog.
All their logos are good. All of them.
Like
they're
what you want?
Good.
What you want? You want the Chuck Bednarik? You want the Randall Cunningham? Or you want the damn Donovan McNabb? What you want?
They're all good.
They all cold. So
I used to have a freaking snapback with the OG logo like that.
Yeah, man. Like classic forever for the Eagles, dog. Like it
don't
matter.
That Steelers logo is bad, bro.
It don't matter what you put up there. Their Eagles is classic, dog. All right.
That Steelers logo is bad, bro.
What the
that
fuck
first
is this
one?
shit, man? What the fuck is
That's
this?
the Elf, bro. That's going next to the Elf.
Yeah, but the Elf's still worse, though.
Yeah, the Elf is worse.
But what? Like, how is that? Like, what?
It's like a steel beam.
I'm kicking the ball off the steel beam. What? Why would you do that? You probably building a building, right? Why would you kick the ball off of the skyscraper? Now you can't get it. That's stupid. Because who the fuck gonna go down there and get it? Because you want to kick it off of there. Fuck no, man. No.
You got the four. Oh my gosh, that's bad.
I kind of like it.
You like that?
I kind of like it.
Like Kirk Cousins, you like that?
Oh, he's like, see that smooth? Like, come on, the jet on the plane actually deserves some points. It got some.
It was okay, bro, but the second one was the refined version. Like the one that's by that jersey is the better version.
Okay, Smoking Reggie. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that. All right.
We got 49ers.
I kind of like the 49ers, bro. I kind of do.
It's not Smoking Reggie, bro. It's the one under Smoking Reggie. It's definitely the one under that, bro.
I kind of like it, man. The dude got a gun. It seemed like a good time. Like, I don't know if you could put that on a fucking helmet, but like, I would do it. I do like a gold rush thing, you know. All right,
I do buy the newer version.
All right, buy the newer version. It's not terrible. That's not terrible.
Now that Seahawks is S tier, bro.
Yeah,
not that one. The older one, Cam.
Huh?
The older one.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, take that garbage out and get the new one
out of here.
The older one's S, bro. Them jerseys, that's probably like a top 5 jersey for me. That era with the blue and the green is really good.
Yeah, I agree. And then
we got the creamsicle era, bro.
Oh yeah, that's S tier to me. I'm sorry, man. Doug Williams running around, Steve Young running around, Leroy Selman with that shit. Yeah, classic.
Now the Titans, that's Smoking Reggie, bro.
Yeah, Smoking Reggie, man. You can't replace the motherfucking Oilers with that.
If we had the Oilers, it would be S tier. So
yeah.
Okay, so we move on to Washington.
Nope. Fuck what they got going now. Nope, we're not doing that. S tier, baby. S tier. Actually, that's probably going way up in the S tier.
Redskins is probably a top 5 easily.
Man, classic, bro.
You know, we got Buffalo.
The old school one, man. I actually like
OJ Simpson era with buy the jersey, you think?
Yeah, I buy that jersey. And that's pretty much it, man.
So I mean, if you had to pick your top 5 from Classic Forever, what would be your 5?
My 5 would be
no particular order.
So Redskins is definitely that one. The Jaguars would be 2 in no order for real, and then the Dolphins would be that. And then I gotta go with the Falcons right there. And then 5 is tough, man, because I want to pick the Rams, but I don't really fuck with it like that. But you know what? That Eagles, man. And that's the Seahawks, man. I'm a bird guy, man. all the teams that got birds, I fuck with it. Okay, I fuck with the Falcons. I fuck with the Seahawks. I fuck with the Eagles. You know, I fuck with the Ravens, obviously. So, but in terms of iconic logos, though, I'm gonna go with Seattle. That Joey Galloway, Warren Moon type shit, Shine Springs. That's my 5.
Okay,
that's my 5.
So, in no particular order, Washington. Jacksonville, Miami, Seattle. I'm probably gonna go with.
Man, you know what? If I had to change one,
give me the OG Denver Broncos logo.
If I had to change one, man, that damn Buccaneers.
I like it too. It's hard.
That Buccaneers logo is cold as fuck, man.
We're gonna have to do a jerseys one, bro. We're gonna do a jersey tier list.
I'm sorry. That Buccaneers logo is fire, dog. I could fuck with that, man. I could definitely wear that jersey all the time, the hat, all of that.
So which one do you think? Which one do you think is the worst one out of Classic Forever?
The worst one out of Classic Forever, man.
You're trying not to say the Rams.
No, because it's really not that bad, man. The worst one, okay, it's the Rams. I'm sorry. Out of all of them, it's the Rams. I'm sorry.
I would probably say, and it's not about being iconic or not, because iconic and look good are two different things to me. I'm honestly going to say it's probably between the Colts and the Rams, to be honest. I like the Colts. I love that it's one of the most iconic logos, and it's a great logo. But out of compared to the other ones, it's probably between them two.
All right.
Now, we already know what the worst of the worst is, but
yeah,
I mess with what else we got down here. See, the Browns, if you're going to embrace the dog pound thing, embrace the dog, bro. Make a really dog, make a cool dog logo.
Yeah, I would buy that jersey if you put the dog on there, but not the fucking elf.
What else you got down here? I always liked the Bucks with the pirate ship. I always thought that was really cool. That's the Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks era.
That's kind of classic forever. That's kind of I could rock with that.
Let's see.
I could rock with that.
I
fuck with the 49ers logo though.
Yeah, the 49ers. And they've had different variations of this specific one. Like, that's kind of like the Jeff Garcia era 49ers logo. Because the other one, it was almost more white. But that's a classic.
Yeah, that's a classic forever. I can fuck with that too. The Bears logo, this shit fire.
That's their best one.
Yeah, that's fire. I could put that in classic too.
I kind of like that they're embracing that logo nowadays.
Yeah, instead of the plain ass C. Like, what the is that shit?
I will say though, the worst one that's left is probably that LA. It's the ugliest piece of shit.
Yeah. Only because fuck Stan Kroenke, bro. That's why I fire creative, bro. It's not terrible, but still, fuck.
It's pretty bad.
Like,
let's see. The Browns helmet, bro. Like, come on, bro.
I buy that jersey.
But bro, it's like when you create a team on Madden, back in the day, and you got the Tiburon logo. That's what that makes me think of. Classic.
That's a classic, man.
Oh man,
that's a classic, man. I only say that because that's all you ever knew.
I really wish I wish the Falcons would go back to the OG logo. Like, I don't mind this one. I think Michael Vick every time I see it. But the old one, bro, you can still do so much with that. Bring back the old red jerseys, bro. The white with the red and black. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's smoking Reggie's me,
man.
Compared to the other, man.
That Vikings logo is by the newer version, because that's ugly to me.
No,
you think it's fire creative? Okay, that's cool.
Because what the fuck, man? All you put was a V. That's what we doing. Shoot, man. But pretty much that's it, man. Everybody else is pretty cool, man. I
like how y'all adapted that bird back. Y'all got that purple helmet now with the bird on it.
Yeah, I flex with that too. I like it, man. But everything else is pretty much common. Y'all kind of know what it is. Like, I can kind of live with all of them except for like Washington. I can't stand that shit. But
I wonder if there'd be someone that do like a throwback jerseys, because if you do jerseys, that'd be a whole different that's a whole different discussion.
All right, so y'all let us know, man, how y'all feel about the Classic Forever. Let us know how you feel about buying a jersey, smoking that Reggie, the elf. Like, how you,
elf on the shelf.
How y'all feel about that, man? But this was fun, man. This was fun as hell, man. This was cool. This was cool. I fucks with everything but the elf. Fuck that.
Elf no shelf.
Yeah, I'm good now, man. I'm good, dog. Fuck the elf, man. Yeah, man. I'm good. Like, but we good. We good. We did good today, man. We did good. So just to update for next week, man. I will be on the road, so we still gonna do a show. Just don't know what the topic gonna be about. But nonetheless, we gonna be good. When I come back, the week after, we're gonna start preseason breakdown.
You
So
probably do
starting
college
with
football first, yeah.
college football preseason breakdown. So we're gonna start with the SEC. This is fucking hilarious, Tyler. North Pole. That is good. That was good. They definitely are, man. But we're gonna start with the SEC as usual, man. We're gonna break down all the teams, and it's most likely gonna be in the order of how they finished last season. So don't worry about ranking them or whatever, but we're gonna pick our SEC champion or the SEC title game, and then SEC champion. Um, so it's gonna be an extensive breakdown. So we gonna be cool, and 2 weeks gives us a really good time to really just get all our information in there, man. So don't be worried about next week's show. It's gonna be cool. Just gonna be on the road. So I don't know how the quality is gonna look because hotel Wi-Fi sucks. So we'll see. We'll see, man. But anything you gotta say to the people before we get up out of here?
Yeah, so in regards to that, so getting into June, the entire month of June is going to be college football breakdown. So you're going to do the SEC, you're going to do the Big Ten, you're going to do the ACC, and you're going to do the Big 12. Now, last year we did an extra conference. We did the Sun Belt last year. So since we did the Sun Belt last year, we're going to be covering the MAC conference this year. So you're going to cover those 5 conferences, and then probably that same episode, the MAC was going to be the last. We'll probably kind of throw a makeshift bracket out there, predict like who we think is going to be in the playoff, and then who we think will win the national championship. Now, going into July, because you got to think training camp starts at the end of July, beginning of August. Can do it. And if you want an idea how this is going to go, we have playlists of this stuff. We've done it the last 2 years. It'll be the 3rd time we're going to be doing it. We'll go through the NFL. We'll break down every division in the NFC. We'll break down every division in the AFC. They're talking about different playoff seeding and stuff now in the NFL, supposedly. But regardless, we're going to go through all that. We're going to pick who we think are going to make the playoffs. We're going to pick our Super Bowl champions and all of our award winners. And then by that time, guess what? College football is going to be back. And then shortly thereafter, the NFL is going to be back, and we're going to be in full freaking swing. There won't be any more of this lull. We are going to be popping like it's no tomorrow. So definitely just give some slack for next week. But as soon as
What's the Caleb Williams video real? What?
I don't know what video we're talking about. I did share a funny short. I did, unless you're talking about the short I put earlier. That oh, you didn't see it. It was hold up. That's got to be what he's talking about. I made a short earlier. It was a graphic.
Was he wearing like a thong or something?
No. Watch. Can you see this?
I wouldn't mind getting my tush pushed.
Yeah.
Oh,
so Oliver, I gotta imagine that's just a clickbait funny thing, but I mean, this is Mr. Paint Your Fingernails and stuff too, so you really never know. No judgment here, you know.
You never know what
we listen, but we don't judge. But
God damn.
but yeah, so just give us some slack for next week. Next week we'll have a good show regardless, but we don't know how it's gonna come out. But as soon as next week's done, bro, buckle up because it's full speed college football, and once we're done, it's full speed NFL, and then you're gonna blink. And then guess what? We're going to be watching games. We're going to be reacting to stuff. We're going to be doing weekly breakdowns, games, picks, all that. So if you're just jumping on, check out some stuff from last season. It's going to be 10 times better than that. So don't forget to like, follow, subscribe.
Like, y'all seen how we done changed everything, man, from when we first started. So
y'all should go watch the breakdowns from 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was rough, man.
The content was great. The video quality, not so much.
Not so much, no. Not so much, man. But nonetheless, man, we are blessed and happy to have
33,000.
33,400.
Currently, we are at 33,408. and the views are popping right now. So
Hey, and that's what we want. So y'all keep on liking, y'all keep on subscribing, man, and we're gonna keep on doing the content, man. So big shout out to Andrew for the like on Facebook, man. Big shout out to Oliver the shooter. Big shout out to Tyler. See that smooth, man. And Terrence and CJ Productions for fucking with the show, man. Engaging in what we got going on, man. So we appreciate y'all. But this has been the football frame of mind, and we will see y'all next Sunday, man. So
8 p.m. Eastern time. Cam will not be sleeping in next time.
nah, I ain't gonna be sleeping in. I'm gonna be eating some Chinese food.
Ooh, panda.
Nah, definitely not. I ain't getting no panda. No. I want that real shit. The real shit, man. So, nah, man. But we'll see y'all next Sunday. Same time, same place, same uniform. Army shit for you. If you served, you know. So we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.